My friends, it's been so long ago that I'm just so, what do you call, how can I put it into the words I want to put it into? I feel so nostalgic about the guys of the really the foundation of bodybuilding, where guys train. I mean, it was such an adventurous thing. None of this stuff to see just how freaky you can get. It was just adventurous. And Marvin Eder, which the funniest thing, he was like in our gym. Now he was not maybe a year or two older than the rest of us, but he was a strong. I mean, strong. And in those days, you looked and marveled at him. He was so strong, and he had a good body. I mean, a tremendous body. You know, in those days, tremendous. I mean, with the juice today, I mean, smooth, not nowhere exceptional definition, but tremendous big arms and chest and very strong. So what's happening? Believe it or not, I get emails wanting to know about Marvin Eder. And it's funny thing that bothers me a little on my videos. All these guys are so today. They don't know anything, and they condemn yesterday, and yesterday is the foundation of today. It's so much stuff that's going on today that, I mean, so many things that we developed that they're using today like it's some new invention. But the point is, the reason I'm talking about Marvin, so I'm getting, it's a different type of communication I get from my video viewers that make comments and the ones that send emails. I haven't gotten one negative email, not one. But I get these guys on the comments. I guess they're a different breed again. Maybe not a different breed because they all see the videos. It's how they respond. The ones that want to, none of them very, very complimentary, but the ones that want to give me the finger is always the ones on my videos that make comments on my videos, never the one on the email. That's why I gravitate more to emails because it's constructive. But I just saw one of the videos that Jason put up, and this guy said, I never competed against the top guys. How the hell? I explained already, I was one of the top bodybuilders in the world when I got hurt. I was going to the Mr. Universe when I got hurt. But I never got that chance because I got hurt. And that's why, and this idiot saying I didn't compete against the great. What, I'm going to compete with one leg? I mean, I should, what's my mistake? Something's wrong with me. I'm getting old and cranky, I think. But the difference is why I like to read my comments more, but I get such constructive, such people that are looking for answers, not looking for people to give you the finger. Those guys that see the videos and make comments, they're the finger, want to give you the finger. But the guys that send the email is a different mindset. They want to know, guys like Marvin Eder. I don't get no comments like that on the comments. Guys said, how about Marvin Eder? Now, I can tell you, my friends, if 99% of you guys, 99% or more of you guys never heard of Marvin Eder, like 99% never heard of me. But the point is, he was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And him and I used to clash because he dominated the gym. And I don't know, a lot of people don't believe in astrology, but I do, within limits. I'm a Taurus, and you just don't dominate me. That's all. I get along with me easier, and everybody used to worship Marvin. But I remember that Marvin first did 350 on the bench press. He said, Marvin's going to try 350. Everybody dropped their weights and ran on to watch Marvin try 350. There was a lot of weight at that time. And I kept on doing my curls. And when Marvin finished, Marvin said, Leroy, he was infuriated. And I did it purposely, too. He was infuriated. Hey, Leroy, I did 350. I said, yeah, okay, Marvin, you did 350. I said, I'll tell you what you do. Go down there. See, I look out the window, because you look out the window from the gym. Tell one of them old ladies that you did 350 and see what they say. And Robin went crazy. You're jealous, you son of a bitch. You're jealous. I used to laugh. It was so funny because I did it purposely. The guys like to worship. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger told me that. Well, I mean, he told me from his own mouth, and I never forget it when he says, people want to be told, they want to be led. And I tell you, Arnold did a great job at it. Arnold was a master. I got to talk. Guys want me to give an uptake on Arnold, what he's doing now, because I did a video on Arnold before, but I didn't uptake it in any way. Next time I'm going to uptake this. But I'm talking about Marvin Eder because when I think about him, he was he was way ahead of his time. The only problem with Marvin, he was they looked up to him. So Joe Weider and Bob Hoffman were rival magazine publishers of bodybuilding at the time. Joe Weider was strict bodybuilding. Bob Hoffman was more weightlifting than bodybuilding. He used bodybuilding to bring people to his weightlifting. So they were rivals. And he ran the Amateur Athletic Union, which most of the contests was run on. So Marvin, they were trying to both seduce Marvin. And Marvin got annoyed because Marvin thought he was God at that time. I mean, everybody, Marvin. So he says, he regrets it now because, I'm the practical man. He says, I'm quitting the game. I'm not going to be put in between these two guys. I said, Marvin, will you stop it? I said, they don't need you. You quit, they forget about you. I said, use them. But he didn't. He quit for some psychological reason of his and his best years. And it was it. Now he's sorry. He's sorry now. I mean, not now, but I mean, quite a few years ago, he was sorry because it passed him by. He was so emboldened by the concentration on him. He was the star then. From the East Coast, the East Coast was it then. Most of the action moved to California. But this is what happens with the mind. I've always been hey, look, fantasy's the best thing in the world, as long as you don't live in it. You see, and you got to face it. And I was trying to tell him, hey, he was much bigger name than I was. I was 17 years old, and there's nobody. But I knew that Joe, in the bodybuilding field, I hadn't come up yet, and Marvin was the thing, and Joe Weider and Bob Hoffman were so vying. Both of them were trying to get Marvin to go to their camp, to be exclusive to them. And Marvin got annoyed that they were fighting over him. So he said, fuck him, I'm quitting all competition. I could have been bowled over because, I knew Marvin was to catch me out. And for some strange reason, he quit. And of course I said, Marvin, they don't need you, Marvin. I said, don't use them. But he just couldn't. But after a while, when he saw how bodybuilding was growing and he had fell so far behind, he went into like a depression. He really went into depression because he knew he fucked up. He knew it. And I told him, I said, Marvin. And then I kept training. Of course, I built 21-inch arms with my signature. And I tell you, I am proud of it. I'm proud because, if you build a 30-inch arm now, you won't go down. Number one is never, no matter what you do after number one is always, I'll go in the history books, number one. After that, don't mean it. Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. They said it was humanly impossible. But the guys, after that was broken, guys that went down close to 3-minute mile. But you hear about Roger Bannister because he was first. And I'm proud. I'm very proud of that. But I'm just telling you, mainly, I'm telling you, and you know what's fascinating? I get excited. Because I look back at the old days. I still talk to my friend Marvin, and he was such a phenomenon. And I'm so sorry he didn't keep training. He would have been one of the best of all times. But something happened, and in his head, he turned around, but it was too late. The bodybuilders passed him by. Okay, my friends. I'm telling my story like a lot of these guys say, oh, he tells stories. Yeah, I tell stories because I'm telling you stories to see the background. To a lot of you guys, it's history, but it's history pertaining to what you want to do. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I tell you the background and let you know how flourishing it was, how creative it was. That's why I talk to you about it. And I talk to you about it because it's me. It's part of me. I mean, it's what my life. I didn't spend my most of my working life was in the health and the vitamin business. I did that all my life, but I never left bodybuilding. Just like my friend Arnold. Arnold became a phenomenon, a legend, but he never forgot why he keeps bodybuilding is his foundation of his whole structure. And that's what, and I mean, him and I, whew, I'm going to make a video about that. I think I made one. I'm going to make an update to be continued.